Guys, this is an emergency YouTube here from Cryptoinsightuk. Right, as you know, I haven't been recording too many YouTubes at the minute because my setup is pretty shit, the internet is pretty shit, but I need to get this out to you guys because you need to understand what is going on right now. Out there, everyone is after each other, everyone's panicking, and they're looking for someone to stab the needle in next. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'll keep it as short as possible and let you know exactly what I think is going on right now. Many people are at me on Twitter about this. I'm just telling people what I see and what I know, and it's up to you what you do with the information that I give. I am not against any crypto company at all. I'm just showing you guys exactly what I flip and see. So don't give me hate in this video. If you don't like what I say, just please listen to what I'm saying. And if you want to go with the information, go with it. And if you don't, then don't, but listen up. So to start with, my death list right now is Crypto.com, HT token, which is Huobi.com, GT token, Gate.io, TRX, which is Tron, and Shiba, obviously. We'll get into why exactly. We'll start with Huobi token. There's been a lot of rumors about their exchange recently. This is the one I have the least amount of details on. It's just a rumor that I've heard, and when I hear a rumor, I'm telling you what the rumor is. Tron is the secondary that I will get into. Obviously, Tron and FTX did some deals to try and help Tron customers get their funds off the exchanges, meaning a lot of people move their capital into Tron, meaning that's going to be, if that can be removed from FTX, it will be removed, and people will probably sell out of Tron into another crypto because that's the only option they've had. So you should probably see some price action in that to the downside. Now we're going to get into Gate.io and Crypto.com because I have more proof for these two. That's not supposed to be there. We'll put that at the end. So this was the first piece of concerning information that I saw from Crow. They displayed their assets, and on their balance sheet they've got 19% Shiba. They came out and said, well, people love meme coins. This is what the customers are holding. This isn't our holding. And I beg to differ, to be honest. Like, I think they must have some of their worth in Shiba, because how can more of their customers hold Shiba on their platform than hold Ethereum? I don't believe it personally. I mean, if you guys want to believe that, that's fine. I'm not here to say whether it's right or wrong, but personally, it's a red flag for me. Also, others 20% when they've displayed 6% and 4% in stables. Others probably consist of their Crow token, CRO, but they're not displaying exactly what their percentage of CRO is, and that is something that's really concerning for me. If you're telling me that 19% of your customers hold SHIB, tell me how many percent of your customers hold Crow, or if this is your own balance, tell me how much you've got in Crow, because otherwise things like what's happening right now are going to happen to you. This means, like I said, over 30% of your reserves in either a meme coin or your own token that you've blown up yourself, which is exactly the same essentially as what FTX have done. Not exactly the same, but very similar. So you put yourself in a position where you can go and you can become under pressure. Let's talk about exactly what else has happened. I've got 3 of those tabs open. Great, I've not got the tab open that I wanted, but we'll get it now really quickly. So the other important thing that happened is this. Crypto.com accidentally sent 80% of their Ethereum, which is 285,000 ETH, to the wrong address and asked for it back 5 to 7 days later. Their CEO came out and said it was an accident. They sent it over to Gate.io around the same time that Gate.io were having their audit for assets. So you tell me what you think is going on there. That's all the information I have about Gate.io. But if you're a Crypto.com holder or have your assets in Crypto.com, why are you sitting with them in there? Yes, if I understand if you're bullish on it, whatever, like, that's up to you. But if you are not particularly one way or another, get your assets out of there, get it on a ledger. Get it on a ledger. This is the biggest and most important time you should ever have your crypto on a hardware wallet. I have links to ledgers in my description. You don't have to use them. Go to ledger.com, use a Trezor, I don't care. In the meantime, get yourself a soft wallet. A Trust wallet would be fine in the meantime while you're waiting for your ledger to arrive, all right? So just fucking listen, because this is the most important time, and it's making me stressed and upset because I'm getting hate for this as well, and I'm not here footing anyone. I'm showing you things that are literal proof. Why would you accidentally send 285,000 Ethereum, by the way, not dollars, Ethereum, to the wrong address and then ask for it back 5 days later, like you didn't realize? There's also tweets out there showing how the Crypto.com have the highest level of securities. If your security levels are that high, you don't accidentally send 285,000 Ethereum and ask for it back 5 days later when you realize you don't do that. So either one thing, they're extremely negligent and they don't understand what they're doing in cryptocurrency, or something else, they're trying to cover something up. And that's, which one's worse, I don't know. That's up for you to decide. Then we'll go back to this. This is more recently. This is actually today. in the night for me. Crypto.com has pulled 80 million USDC out of Binance address today to pay out withdrawals. Why do they need to do that if they've got the right collateral on their website? So that's something that I'm looking at as well. That's just a little update there. Finally, we're going to get into something else. Everyone's going at each other at the minute. Everyone's scared. Everyone's looking for someone to blame. Everyone's in Twitter spaces right now shouting about everything. Brad Garlinghouse stepped into some Twitter spaces the other day, and I've got the full video for you right here. If you want to check that out, it's actually over on Digital Asset Investors YouTube channel. I don't know if it's going to load because my internet is absolute crap where I am right now. But if you go to Digital Asset Investors channel, he's got the full clip on his Twitter spaces. Go and check that out, and I'm going to just show you the highlights right now. But basically, we had some Ethereum maxis and some Bitcoin maxis go really at Brad Garlinghouse when he was just in there to talk about what he thought was going on. They really put him on the spot, talked to him about XRP, how that's managed on Ripple's balance sheet. He basically said it's not. They don't have it as an asset at all on their balance sheet. It's marked as zero, so that means that when people look at their equity, they don't declare that as any asset. That's the word I'm looking for. They don't declare it as an asset within their balance sheet. So I think that's pretty positive because it shows that everything that they make outside is outside of their XRP holding. They did try and catch him out with some questions, and he came out with the biggest answer that I've seen so far. And the most important thing about this is we publish quarterly reports, completely transparent with everything we do, which we don't need to do because we're not a public company. And that is exactly how everyone should be playing the crypto space in general. They've been doing that for 5 years. There's nothing to hide if you've been doing that for 5 years. And that's exactly what he's been saying, but he still got put on the spot because there's people in there trying to make a name for themselves on crypto spaces when he didn't even realize that FTX had filed for bankruptcy. He said he literally woke up and went on Twitter, and then he jumped in because he wanted to help out, and people put him on the spot, which I think, and what's his name? Rand from Crypto Banter. Honestly, my opinion of him is just in the drain. He's a fucking idiot. He basically came out and said to Brad, and I'm going to show you the clip at the end, you're only transparent because you're in the US. Brad replies, no, we're a private company. We don't have to be transparent. And it's just frustrating because I understand why these spaces are there. People are using these spaces now to make clout for themselves and make a name for themselves. And maybe that's happening with Crypto.com. Maybe people are pushing things that aren't necessarily the right narrative. I am just reporting on what I see, and a few different things have happened, and that is why I'm putting this warning out. You guys do whatever you want. Look, it's your money. Completely up to you. I'm not here to say what you should or shouldn't do. I'm here to show you exactly what's going on. And if you've got no vested interest in anything, get your fucking crypto on a hardware wallet. And I'm really frustrated, and I feel a bit emotional about all of this because I'm getting heat for telling you what I see. If you don't want to hear it, don't follow me. Straight up. And yeah, that's basically it on that conversation. I'm going to finish with the little clip of Brad Garlinghouse speaking to Ram on there. And there's a whole clip, as I said, you can find it on my Twitter here, either right there or on Digital Asset Investors Twitter himself. Then one last thing I wanted to touch on before we just head out. Crypto experiences the same cycles as TradFi, just short for 3 different reasons. The markets are open 24/7, so things happen faster. It's cyclical, so the new generation of investor follows human psyche, which happens, if you read about Ray Dalio, it happens over and over again. And tech accelerates things with a great little thread there from Raoul Pal. Crypto prices, guys, I'm going to release a premium service for anyone who needs help one-to-one with a portfolio, anyone who wants portfolio management, and anyone who wants asset management will have to go on a consultation call first because I'm not opening that to anyone. I already do asset management for some clients. If you want help with investing now, I think it's an important time to be understanding what's going on in the markets. If you need help in general, I'm going to be releasing that on my website, or send me an email at Cryptoinsightuk. So my email address is cryptoinsightuk@gmail.com. If not, don't worry. It's not for everybody, and I will not accept everybody as well. I'm only taking specific clients who need help, and you have to meet my requirements personally as well. And finally, to finish off, this is the clip of Brad Garlinghouse in the Twitter Spaces. It is a 10-minute space. This is just 1 minute out of the space to be honest with you guys, and I think it's worth listening to the whole space, but obviously for the sake of YouTube, I'm not going to play it all. Peace up, A-Town down if you enjoyed. I'm still going to sit here, finish my coffee, and listen to the rest of this clip again.
I think transparency is our friend.
Brad, I wonder if you would be as transparent if you weren't regulated in the United States. So I think it's all good and well to say, transparency is our friend. When you're living in a jurisdiction where, if you're not transparent, then that could count against you. But the truth is that, many of these token companies are established in jurisdictions that aren't very regulated, in the BVIs, in the Canary, I don't know, there's all these little islands. How much of that is because you're forced to, and how much of that is because you think it's the right thing to do?
Well, look, we're a private company. We're not forced to do. When I talk about the XRP markets report, and again, we started that, I think it was in 2016, maybe it was 2017. We're not required to do that. We're choosing to do that. We chose to do that a long time ago because we embraced, this is the right way to run a business, not because any regulator told me that.